All right, everybody, it's really happening. So we just got news at Comic Con that Rick and Michonne are coming back in a spin-off in 2023. I cannot believe this. Like, this is just mind blowing to me. I'm not at Comic Con. I was sort of just reading about it or like following updates on Twitter, and it was so crazy because like the entire time everyone's like asking, or like on Twitter people were asking for Rick, and I think like a couple people asked about Rick at the panel, and they said they'll talk about it later. And then the panel ended, and I saw like a video of like the cast leaving the panel and saying goodbye to all the fans and everything, and everybody was like upset that there's no Rick news. And then next thing I know, I refreshed my Twitter feed, and there's like Andrew Lincoln and Denai Guerrera at Comic Con. So like the series of events that led up to that was like so crazy to me. But yeah, they're coming back, and we're gonna talk about what we know about the series so far. And I just came back from a little bit of a hiatus on the channel. I made my first video just a few days ago. Before that, I had like a little break. I was really busy, and I think this is like the perfect time to come back. I even bought like a brand new microphone, so hopefully I sound better. I don't know if I do or not, but like I got a new mic with a pop filter, so hopefully it sounds better. But I'm so excited to talk about this news about Rick and Michonne. And then obviously they also released like the trailer for 11C, the final few episodes or the final 8 episodes. So we're gonna have a trailer breakdown for that. There's a whole lot of stuff we're gonna talk about. Like it's Comic Con weekend, Walking Dead weekend. There's a lot of stuff that came out. So be sure to subscribe if you are a fan of The Walking Dead. But for this video, we're gonna talk about Rick and Michonne. I guess, general spoiler warning in case you are not caught up with the show. But yeah, let's get in. Alright, so here is the poster. They also released an official poster. This is such an amazing poster. Like, my goodness, this is awesome. You have that the new world's gonna need Rick Grimes, obviously from that map that Abraham gave to Rick. And then you got Michonne's katana right there. Such an epic poster. It says 2023, which means it's coming out next year, which is like crazy. Like, because I think also next year we're getting the Isle of the Dead series with Maggie and Negan, which they also got some news about that. So that's what I meant earlier. We got a lot of Walking Dead news this weekend, or today I should say, at Comic Con. And these are gonna obviously be multiple videos. I can't fit everything in this video, but for this video, I want to talk about that Rick and Michonne spin-off. So some people are saying that the movies aren't happening. So I think originally they planned like a trilogy of movies. But some people are saying those movies aren't happening anymore. But what we do know is that there's going to be a 6-episode limited series that, according to a lot of sources, are saying that the series will wrap up the story arcs for Rick and Michonne. And honestly, I think this is a great idea. I really do, because I like the idea of them trying to make a movie, but making a movie is extremely difficult. And they weren't just trying to make like a TV movie, right? Like they weren't trying to make a movie. They weren't trying to make like a 2-hour episode, is what I mean to say. I think they were trying to make a real movie. They had that little trailer that came out 3 years ago. I think that was at the 2019 Comic Con that said, Andrew Link or Rick Grimes returns in theaters, and they had like the Universal sign. So they were trying to make a movie with Universal, which is like a huge, film production company. So making a movie like that is extremely difficult, and I think maybe it was taking too long. Um, you know, because honestly, when they announced it, it was like 3 years ago, right? 4 years ago. And some movies are in development for a long time. Like sometimes you always hear about a movie coming out, and then you hear like, oh, this movie has been in development for like 10 years or something, and they went from this director to that writer to that writer. So movies take a long time to get made. So I guess, maybe things weren't really working out as they hoped to worked out. Obviously, the pandemic happened. Maybe that had a big effect on it. But now it seems like there's going to be a limited series, for Rick and Michonne, and it's gonna be, 6 episodes. I'm assuming each episode will be like, regular Walking Dead length. So even then is like, it's gonna be like what, almost 6 hours or something. So that's still a lot of stuff. And this might be, I don't know. I mean, I don't know. This might be better. Who knows? Who knows? Because I didn't know how they were going to plan the movies. If it was gonna be like one movie a year or something. But I think seeing a limited series with Rick and Michonne, to wrap up their stories. This is exciting. This is so, 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 so exciting. So I want to take now a little time to talk about with you guys, like, what could we see in this limited series? Obviously, plot details are not really given away, except the fact that a lot of sources are saying that this is going to wrap up their stories, which would make sense. And yeah, so I want to talk a little bit about, what we could expect. So I'm the reason I'm sort of like very slow in the way I'm talking is because like I still can't believe this happens. Like I'm kind of refreshing my Twitter like every second, just seeing like all the fans talking about it. And it's just so amazing. I love the poster. Like The Walking Dead's Twitter tweeted it and said like the new world needs Rick and Michonne. That's just so amazing. But yeah, so we saw Michonne leave, right? So Michonne left. Now we know for sure she's going to find Rick. And I'm sure that's what we're going to see in the first episode. And just, I'm sure we're going to see a reunion. I mean, at least I hope so, because the reunion is like a big moment, right? To see the characters reunite. I don't think the show would just start out with those two together, because like that's like a big moment, for the story to see their reactions for the first time seeing each other in like what 6 years or something because of that time jump, 6+ years because there's been a lot of time jumps, honestly, even like seasons, because they had like the snow episode, stuff like that. So and then they're gonna be at the CRM as we know, or Rick is going to be with the CRM. I wonder if we're going to see any of the CRM characters that we saw in the world beyond. That would be interesting to see. I'm sure we're going to see some of like, because that was just like, there's still a lot of characters that they hinted at, who have like really high positions in the CRM that we didn't really see in the world beyond. So I'm sure we're going to see more of that. So they're probably going to explore the CRM some more. And then Rick and Michonne, like when we think of, the idea of wrapping up Michonne and Rick's story, what do you guys think that means? Like what would them wrapping up, what would they have to do for it to feel wrapped up to you guys? I mean, for me, let me know in the comments down below. This is obviously, an open discussion because there's no answers just yet. We don't know what's going to happen in this series for sure. But honestly, like, I don't want to, like, seeing Rick and Michonne. Now we know that Rick and Michonne are reuniting. I don't want to seem like I'm asking for too much, but I would love to see them reunite with everyone back in Alexandria. So does that mean at the end of the Rick and Michonne series, do they go back to Alexandria? That would be nice. Does Rick reunite with Daryl, with Carol? These are characters. With Maggie too. Obviously his children as well. But I mean, like these other characters who he has, been through so many journeys with. Like Rick or like with like Daryl and Carol and Maggie. What do you guys think? I mean, I would love to see it. And I would love to see them, go back to Alexandria in the final episode. I don't think it's out of the question. I mean, just get everyone back in Alexandria for one episode or something, or just see the reunion. I mean, I don't want to say obviously because we never know for sure what would happen, but I just feel like the reunion with RJ and Judith should happen, like for their stories to feel complete. Because like for me, I don't know if they're really trying to like when I think of their stories, I don't know. I'm not thinking of like they have to, like beat a villain, right? Like, oh, we have to beat the saviors. Oh, we have to beat the whisperers. Like it's not really like that with this situation. It's more about like just Rick getting the hell out of the CRM, and coming home. That's what I think. That's what I think it means. For the story to feel complete, because it's about the characters, given that it's a limited series on the characters. So that's what I'm thinking, like that first episode, we're going to have, that reunion, and then obviously exploring the CRM some more. And I'm sure that, if they want to continue the franchise, they can set up stuff as well with the CRM. and then possibly coming back home and stuff like that. Um, and I still think that there could be other spin-offs, with other characters as well. In the future, you never know. But for this 6 episode series, that's what I'm thinking. Like, I feel like Rick should come home. But let me know in the comments down below. What do you guys think? What do you think we're going to see? The variant walkers, which, by the way, if you saw the season 11 seed trailer, you know that the variant walkers might have a play in the final 8 episodes. And we'll talk about that when I make my video on those final 8 episodes, which will be coming out after this video. But yeah, let me know in the comments down below. What do you think about this Rick and Michonne spinoff? I mean, this is so exciting. I mean, I cannot believe this is really happening. I don't know, like, because I say that, but like, yeah, we're sort of expecting Rick Grimes news eventually, But for them to just make a surprise appearance at Comic-Con and then announce like a limited series, I wasn't expecting that. Because I still thought they were gonna go through with the movies or something, and who knows? Again, they might have movies in the future. But just I think making the movies at the scale that they wanted to make it with, with like a huge company like Universal, it probably was very difficult to do that. So I think maybe they don't want fans to wait longer. And now we got this spinoff coming, which is so exciting. But let me know in the comments down below all your thoughts and opinions about the spinoff. I'm so excited to read the comments from the fans to see what you guys think about it. So be sure to comment down below. But yeah. Stay tuned for more Walking Dead videos, including that season 11 seed trailer breakdown. We have a lot of Walking Dead videos coming up. And yeah, as always, thanks for watching. Please take care, and I'll see you guys soon.